because he bent down and gave me a kiss on my head. That's what he does when my mother is very angry at him. He thinks nobody can resist him, and he tries to make himself so lovable. And a lot of times it works with my mother. But not with me. I jumped up and I put Dribble back in his bowl, and I smacked Fudge right on his bottom. He started to scream. My father came running into the room. He was still wearing his pajamas. He whispered, "What's going on in here?" I pointed at Fudge, and Fudge pointed at me. My father picked up my brother and carried him off. "Go back to sleep, Peter," he said. "It's only 6 o'clock in the morning." I fell asleep for another hour, then woke up to hear an awful noise. It was Fudge playing with his new train. It woke everybody up, including the Yarbys. But this time there was nobody they could blame. They were the ones who brought Fudge that new train in the first place. Breakfast was a very quiet event. Nobody had much to say. Mr. Yarby drank 2 glasses of Juicy-O. Then he told my father that he and Mrs. Yarby had their suitcases all packed up. They were going to leave for a hotel as soon as breakfast was over. My father said he understood that the apartment was just too small for so many people, and my mother didn't say anything at all. When Mr. Yarby went into Fudge's bedroom, he picked up the suitcase and started to scream. My father ran towards the bedroom. My mother and Mrs. Yarby followed. I followed them too. When we got in, we saw that Fudge was sitting on the Yarby suitcases. He had decorated the suitcase with about 100 green stamps, the kind that my mother uses to get when she goes to the grocery store. "See," said Fudge, "look at this, so pretty." He started to laugh. Nobody else laughed at him. Then he licked the last green stamp and he stuck it right in the middle of the suitcase. "All gone," said Fudge, holding up his empty hands. It took my mother half an hour to peel off all the stamps from their suitcase. The next week my father came from the office and collected all the cans of Juicy-O in our house. He dumped them in the garbage. My mother felt bad that my father had lost such an important contract. But my father told her not to worry. Juicy-O wasn't selling very much in stores. Nobody seemed to like the combination of oranges, grapefruits, pineapple, pears, and bananas. "You know, Dad," I said, "I only drank the Juicy-O to be polite. I really didn't like the way it tasted." "You know something funny?" said my father. "I thought it tasted pretty bad myself." And that is the end of chapter 2. Join us next week and we will continue on to chapter 3. All right, guys, talk to you soon.